Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Kayo ay nanonood ng Sagisag Kultura TV mula po sa Pambansang Komisyon para sa Kultura at Sining.
Marahil ay narinig na natin ang tungkol sa pagpapatapon kay Gat Jose Rizal sa Dapitan noong panahon ng mga Kastila. Pero, alam nga ba natin kung paano at saan niya inalaan ang mga panahong iyon?
Ang lungsod ng Dapitan ay puno ng mga alaala at mga kwentong nagpapatunay sa payak ngunit kahanga-hangang buhay ni Rizal. Ngayong araw, ating tutuklasin ang landas na kanyang tinahak.
Ating sisilipin ang mga tanawing pumukaw sa kanyang imahinasyon.
Sama-sama nating diskubrihin ang mga ipinagmamalaking mga hiyas at yaman ng tinaguriang Shrine City ng Pilipinas. Ako si Donna Cariaga.
At ako naman si Ellie Silian. Halina't ating tuklasin ang mga likhang yaman ng lungsod ng Dapitan dito sa Sagisag Kultura TV.
Mabuhay! Ako si Alisa Adel Igia Dalampinas, Miss Dapitan Tourism 2024. At ako naman si Andrea Cuesta Person, Miss Dapitan 2024. At ako naman si Mervic Grace B. Hatico, Miss Dapitan Heritage 2024. At kami ang makakasama nyo sa lakbay na ito. Tara na sa Dapitan!
Pinalilibutan sa hilaga ng Dagat Sulu, mga munisipalidad ng Biusya at La Libertad sa Timog, munisipalidad ng Sibutad at Rizal sa Silangan, at ang lungsod ng Dipolog at mga munisipalidad ng Polanco, Sibutad, La Libertad at Rizal na bahagi ng lalawigan ng Zamboanga del Norte.
I would describe Dapitan as an island. We are connected to the big land by that bridge in Pulo. We have two islands, Silinog and Aligway. We have 50 barangays. The means of living is agriculture and fishing. We produce copra and cats from the sea.
Dapitan was already a community before the Spaniards arrived here. Original settlers of Dapitan were the Subanens, or the river people. They were a nomadic tribe that transferred from one place to another. And then in 1563, a group of people consisting of one barangay crossed the sea from Bohol and established themselves here. They were headed by their datu Pagbuaya. Pagbuaya is the recognized founder of Dapitan. The Visayan word for invite is Dapit. So they invited themselves and settled here and named this place Dapitan. However, there are also other accounts that even before they reached Dapitan, their barangay was actually known as the Kidatuan of Dapitan. So there are now two versions. The name Dapitan existed because they invited themselves to come here, and the other version is the name Dapitan already existed before these people from Bohol transferred to Dapitan. Unknown to many, The Legazpi expedition actually dropped anchor in Dapitan before proceeding to Bohol, where they had their first blood compact. But when Legazpi found out that there was already a government in Dapitan, there was a leader, there were laws, there were people who respected the leader, and that is basically what a government is. He left it as is, except that he changed the character of that barangay to a pueblo with Pagbuaya as the headman. Later on, when the Spaniards came here to occupy the place, we were placed under the politico-military district of Misamis. After the military regime of the Americans, the civil government followed. The officials of the Dapitan now became the civilians again. So they were a succession of the Principalia. It was practically the same set of officers during the Spanish regime, only the elite could occupy these positions. It was that kind of setup until we became independent during 1946.
In our place, actually, the Subanen people are, by culture, they are a peace-loving people. That's the reason why they move from one place to another, because they want peace of mind, they want silence, they don't want maraming noise. We don't have religion, but we have our customary law. Doon kami nakafocus, parang we have a leader, a tribal chieftain we call, Gukum, and then sila o antimuay by each barangay. Sila yung nag-leader, tribal leader ng Subanen doon. The first was Subanen courtship dance ritual. Ilalagay na yung panyo sa balikat ng babae. Pag ayaw pa ng babae, ihulog niya yon. Then we'll continue to dance until such time na a-accept na yung babae. That's what we call the dance courtship ritual. The wedding rituals actually is very long, from the start up to the aalis na sila, going to their respective and together they'll go to their house na. We just showed a short ritual, we called it daga, or a blessing po ng mga bagong kasal po. The one who did that is the gukum or the timuay, who is officiating the wedding ritual. Siya yung may talaga, may basbas. He's the only person who can officiate the wedding. Blood, yung blood, parang part of the wedding rituals na asking for the spirit to bless them. As you notice pa nakasandal yung dalawang kamay po nila sa isang pillar po, yung malakas talaga. It's a strong foundation. Paa po nila nakatungtong po sa strong din na bato, at saka may isang itak doon na that signifies also the strength that they're gonna be surpassing through their marriage life. The pinaka-famous talaga na rituals is the buklog. It's a grand festivity by the Subanen people. The buklog is organized by the chieftain himself, yung pinaka-timuay po ng Subanen. And after, siya yung mag-organize ng buklog. Lahat po papunta doon sa taas. Lahat po magda-dance, signifying the thanksgiving that they give back to the Creator, to the Diwata, to the spirits.
Dapitan City is poised to become one of the Mindanao's best-kept secrets. Its rich history and cultural significance, combined with the unique tourism attractions and activities such as Revisitamos Dapitan 1892, Kinabayo and Handural Festival, make it a destination worth exploring.
With regards to the projects, we have a lot of festivals. Apart from that, we have history conferences. We have trainings and seminars for key people that are representatives of different barangays, so that they will be equipped when it comes to heritage, culture, and the arts. We have ordinances, and we plan to put that into work right now, that all the old houses, if they plan to restore it, they will have tax exemptions. Together with DepEd, we plan to go to every school, at least in Dapitan City, by this school year, to inform them about how rich our culture is and how important it is for them to first learn it and then embrace it. And after you know and embrace your culture, you will be proud to be a pure Dapitano. Our vision really is to make Dapitan as a smart heritage city. We want to be known as the only place of exile of Rizal where technology meets history and heritage.
Apart from being known as the home of Dr. Jose P. Rizal, Dapitan City also boasts of other historical and cultural sites. For instance, the St. James Church, Rizal Shrine, and now opened Balay Hamoy Museum.
We are actually pushing for sports tourism. MMA, mixed martial arts, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, dito yan. Muay Thai, dito yan. Arnis, dito rin yan. Hence, nadala namin ang 5150 na Ironman dito sa Dapitan. So, that was the inaugural race of Ironman 5150. We called it as a heritage race. And before the main race itself, meron tayong Noli Run. It's a marathon. Nagsusuot ka ng mga costume ni Sisa, costume ni Rizal, costume ni Josephine Bracken. Nakaya naman ng mga Dapitanons. And sinabi naman nila na it's one of the best 5150 in the country. Akinabayo Festival is actually a festival honoring St. James the Greater. Because St. James the Greater is actually riding in a horse. Santiago de Matamoros.
It is celebrated July 25 of each year.
Kinabayo because it's not Kabayo Festival. Kinabayo na parang we're trying to stage yung kinabayo. Pero actually, it is just made of paper maches and also bamboos. Pagandahan ng kabayo na hindi naman talaga totoong kabayo. Pero this year naman, ni-revive naman yung kabayo horse show. Kasi si Mayor, gusto naman talaga niya na unique. Parang may plano siya na horse patrol. So, inintroduce niya ngayon yung horse show.
Tayo ay malikhain, makatao, makalikasan, makabansa, masayahin, may bayanihan, and may pag-asa.
Naaalala niyo pa ba ang kwento sa likod ng gintong strukturang ito?
And we started the Revisitamos Dapitan 1892. It is the commemoration of the arrival of Rizal, July 17, 1892. So it's almost a 2-week event. We gather in the Punto de Desembarco, where Rizal arrived, wearing our traje de mestizas and period clothing. We celebrate how he arrived here. We have theatrical shows, lights and sound shows, and also the tribute to Rizal. After that, we walk wearing our period clothing to the City Plaza, where we have a cultural presentation and a heritage dinner. Apart from that, we have exhibitions and what we call Ampiging. It's another heritage dinner a day after the celebration, which is held in Balay Hamoy. We also have the Handurao Festival. It is the celebration of Rizal's life here in Dapitan before he died. So in the whole of the Philippines, we are celebrating Rizal Day because of his martyrdom. Here, we celebrate the 4 years and the best years of Rizal that he spent here in Dapitan, transforming it into a different, a microcosm. We also have the birthday of Rizal, which we celebrate his 4 years of birthday here in Rizal, here in the Rizal Shrine.
Welcome to Dapitan City. One of the highlights of our town's fiesta is the Kinabayo Festival. Viva Viva Senyor Santiago! Dapit na sa Dapitan, Dapitan always inviting. At ito ang Sagisag Kultura TV.
Viva Senyor Santiago!
Isinilang si Jose Rizal noong 19 ng Hunyo, 1861 sa Calamba, Laguna. Pampito siya sa 11 anak ni na Francisco Mercado at Teodora Alonso. Dahil pinaghihinalaang filibustero ang Mercado, ginamit niya ang apelidong Rizal nang mag-aral siya sa Maynila. Itinuring siyang gabay ng kilusang propaganda at aktibong nagsulat sa Diaryong La Solidaridad. Noong 1889, ipinalathala niyang muli ng may anotasyon sa London, England, ang bihira ng matagpo ang librong Sucesos de las Islas Pilipinas ni Dr. Antonio de Morga, na unang nalathala sa Mexico noong 1609. Bago iyon, nalathala na ang kanyang nobelang Noli Me Tangere sa Berlin, Germany. Sinundan ito ng nobelang El Filibusterismo na ipinalimbag sa Ghent, Belgium. Pagbalik sa Pilipinas noong 1872, dinakip siya at ipinatapon sa Dapitan. Dinayo ng mga pasyente mula sa iba't ibang bansa ang kanyang klinika sa Dapitan, Zamboanga del Norte. Jose Rizal, pambansang bayani ng ating bayan, Sagisag Kultura ng Pilipinas.
Dapitan has a long streets of beaches, more than 25 kilometers. Over the east, it has white sand from Napo to Tagulo. Then we have that famous the Cac Beach Resort, situated at Tagilon, Dapitan City. We also have long street of beach going to Dipolog.
Ang amin na namang tagline ngayon is Dapit na sa Dapitan, Dapitan always inviting.
Dapit na! Dapit na! Dapit na! Dapit na! Dapit na! Dapit na! Sa Dapitan! Dapit na! Sa Dapitan!
Dapitan always inviting!
Tapos we are really living up to that tagline. Even sa mga attitude, behavior ng Dapitanons, dapit na sa Dapitan. Dapitan always inviting. Because Dapitan comes from the word dapit, to invite. If only you've witnessed the fiesta here, kahit hindi namin kakilala, welcome yan to go inside our house to partake of the food.
We have everything here, not just for family, even for barcadas or friends. Aside from the beach, we have the aqua sports, we have the adventure, we have the golf. So it's there's everything that a family or there's everything here that a family or a barkada can do.
We highlight our Filipino cuisine, which everybody loves, with the modern twist, with all the original flavors, the mother recipes, with a very nice presentation. And then, of course, we offered our different cuisines to our different guests coming from different parts of the world. Like I said, we have Italian cuisine, Mediterranean cuisine, we have Asian cuisine, so it covers a lot.
Sa Dakak Properties pala, Villa Angelina is the high-end resort. Yung Old Dakak, yan yung medium. Tapos meron ding pang backpackers. Yan yung pavilion, wherein 10 to 15 persons can fit in one room. And then, we have the longest dual zipline in Asia.
This was in partnership with Greg Norman, the Australian golfer. He inspired us to design this golf club. Because as you all know, Rizal was exiled here for 4 years in Dapitan. And we always celebrate his accomplishments here in Dapitan. We wanted to honor him by doing a first ever Dapitan Rizal Golf Cup. And the turnout was spectacular. We had a lot of golfers from all over the Philippines, especially from Luzon, who came.
Come back to the cup!
Gratum Beach has 2 beach resorts. It's Gratum 1 and Gratum 2. And Gratum 2 is more on camping, and Gratum 1 is more on overnight stays with rooms and functions and parties. And Gratum is named after the Latin word serendipity. When we train our staff, our goal is to make sure that the guests experience serendipity, which means a happy, unexpected coincidence.
For the local government unit of Dapitan, we look cassava chips as the banner product that will be brought by the people of Dapitan and those that loves cassava into the world. Kagapa means Cassava Growers and Processors Association. Anong nagawa ni Kagapa for Dapitan? Kagapa employs. Kagapa opens business opportunities to our MSME. And Kagapa provides different livelihoods. Number 1, we give work to the farmers, the habal-habal drivers that is delivering the cassava tubers to the processing center. So we activate the value chain of cassava, and we are very active here in Dapitan. Dapat yung ating mga cassava tubers ay i-weigh po muna. Pagkatapos po dito, dapat mapunta na siya dito. Huhugasan po yan. Ibabrush po natin. Pupunta na po tayo dito sa pagbabalat or peeling. Yan po yun. Pagkatapos niyang magbalat, ilalagay po natin dito. So galing po dito sa paghuhugas ng binalatang cassava o kamanting, dadalhin po natin siya sa makina. Anong makina po yun? Cassava grater with presser. Ginagrind po ang ating tubers, and then pinipress po natin yung ating cassava tubers. Ito na po yung resulta, cassava grates. Ito na po yung nilalagyan natin ng sugar, salt, at saka cassava starch. Nagmo-molding po tayo pagkatapos dina-dry. We have the air drying, the solar drying. Okay, magpa-fry na po tayo ng ating cassava chips. Naluto na po ang ating cassava chips, so dapat na pong lagyan ng flavor. Alugin. Atin na po siyang ilalagay sa packing material.
It was 2009 we opened Fantasyland, but our show and parade, we launched it 2014. But during pandemic, Busy naman kami fabricating, relaunching, and we're ready when we open the show and the parade. So now, na-achieve namin yung goal namin. Ang aim namin is to give, of course, a very good show and a parade para may kakaiba in Dapitan, because you can find a show and a parade in a theme park only here in Dapitan City.
So we thought of creating this package to make it just about fun in Dapitan, wherein you can actually experience Fantasyland. You can visit the Kak Park and Beach Resort. You can stay in the Kak Park and Beach Resort overnight, and also have a little bit of Dapitan through its historical tour, but most especially discover the life of Jose Rizal in the Rizal Shrine in Dapitan. Witness the parade of lights and color.
Ang anting galing, tumayong buong tapang, harapin ang buhay, akapin ang tagumpay. Tulungan ang kapwa't bigyang halaga, wag hatakin ng pababa. Isipin wag sana ang sarili lang, pakisama't bayanihan. Subukan nating isulong at ligawan ang magandang bukas. Ikaw at ako magkasama tayo sa lubungin ng kinabukasan.
Handa na ba kayo para sa isang seafood adventure? Alamin kung bakit ang kuratsa ang paboritong delicacy sa Zamboanga at Dapitan City. Ang kuratsa, o mas kilala sa ranina-ranina, ay nabibilang sa pamilyang Raninidae. Ang pangalan nito ay mula sa Espanyol na cucaracha para sa ipis at marahil ibinatay sa itsura nito. Natatangi at kapansin-pansin ang sipit sa harapan ng kuratsa at ang mahaba at halos hugis kupitang talukab nito na kulay makinang na kahel o pula. Bagamat popular at espesyal na pagkain sa Zamboanga ang kuratsa, hinuhuli din ng malawakan ang lamang dagat na ito sa Hawaii, Japan, Seychelles at sa silangang baybayin ng Australia. Kuratsa, Sagisag Kultura ng Pilipinas.
Rizal's exile here in Dapitan really made a big difference because he contributed a lot to our community, from education to economy to agriculture and to the healthcare of the people.
Dumating siya July 17, 1892 at 7 o'clock in the evening. He stayed at the Casa Real, yung Spanish administration building, and that also served as the residence of the politico-military governor. And then he was strictly guarded by Captain Carnicero during his first few days stay here. Later, he found out that Rizal was a good person and even a talented one. So he asked Rizal to help him in beautifying our town plaza. Yung plaza na makikita niyo ngayon is the same plaza na sa kapanahunan nang dumating si Rizal dito sa Dapitan.
He started it here, the lighting system. He also helped with the preparation and the designing of the water system. He did the City Plaza and a lot of several projects.
It is only in Dapitan that you can see a monument of Rizal bringing a medical bag. Because when he found out that Dapitan had no doctor, he volunteered to become the town doctor of Dapitan.
At first, nag-alala sila, baka ano ito, rebelde ito. Kaya alof pa silang makipag-ano kayo sa. Pero nang malaman nila na mabuti palang tao si Rizal, sila na mismo ang nag-request na mag-establish daw siya ng free school for boys dito sa Dapitan. Ngayon po ay nandito tayo sa Rizal Shrine Dapitan na kung saan ang ating national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, ay na-exile. Binilin na ito. It has an area of 16 hectares and it only cost Rizal 18 pesos. That is out of his winnings from the lottery. And then dito siya nagpatayo ng various houses. Ang National Historical Commission of the Philippines na po ang namamahala dito sa loob ng Rizal Shrine Dapitan. Ang the rest portion sa binili ni Rizal ay under na ng DENR. As you can see, meron tayong isang two-story building na ginamit na museum. And then, sa loob, makikita nyo na naka-exhibit doon yung original na table at saka blackboard na Rizal na ginamit niya dito nang siya'y magturo sa kanyang mga naging estudyante. And then, yung gamit niya pang opera sa mata, yung mga refractors, ay yung mga sculptural works na ginawa niya dito sa Dapitan, then yung mga na-discover niya dito sa Dapitan na rare species na pinangalan sa kanya. Yun ang Casa Redonda. That is an octagonal clinic. Diyan siya nag-entertain ng kanyang mga pasyente because dumami yung mga naging pasyente dito sa Dapitan. Meron ding pinaka-residence niya, Casa Residencia. Doon siya nakatira, kasama na yung mga kapatid niya na bumisita sa kanya dito, nanay niya, some of his nephews. Doon sila unang nakatira. Then meron din siyang two small houses that served as his tea houses for his nephews who came to visit him here. But later, it was converted into two small hospital houses. So, kailangan silang mag-overnight dyan. Separate niya ang lalaki sa babae. Nang binili ni Rizal tong lupain na to, the rock changed its name. Naging Retiro Rock na niya. Diyan siya na mahinga tuwing sunset. Then, diyan siya nagme-meditate. And then, diyan daw niya isinulat ang first few stanzas ng kanyang poem na Mi Retiro or My Retreat na dinedicate niya sa kanyang ina. When Josephine again arrived here, the rock again changed its name. Naging Lover's Rock na. So, yan naman ang naging mute witness ng kanilang precious moment stay here in this place. Diyan daw sila nagkasal-kasalan since no priest would perform the marriage ceremony.
Kakabit din ng legasiya ni Rizal ang pagkakatatag ng masoneriya sa ating bansa. Alamin natin kung ano nga ba ang koneksyon ng ating pambansang bayani sa pandaigdigang kapatiran ng mga mason.
When he traveled to Spain, doon niya na-discover yung culture doon, a product of a revolution itself like France, Spain, because Masonry teaches and values freedom. It values democracy. It advocates human equality. Patas-patas lahat. And it so happened that when he traveled there, the past Grand Master of Spain died. And somebody distributed a leaflet celebrating the life of that Grand Master. And Rizal was interested in learning the fraternity, and that's it.
Being a Mason is just like a traveler, and Rizal, who was initiated in Madrid, had traveled up to France, 18 degrees, because there are degrees in Masonry, and he's a man of all season, gifted, not only a doctor, not only a writer, a poet, even a farmer, as he exemplified it here in Dapitan, and very productive in many things, and that is why he is a legend to our craft. And he has exemplified so many virtues in life with so many brethren in Masonry following it.
Yung impact na naging Mason si Rizal is when he was exiled here in Dapitan, he demonstrated mga qualities we learned from Masonry, and he introduced here in Dapitan like putting up the lighting system, aqueduct, potable water.
Sa Masonry kasi, ganito yun, we recognize everybody equal. That is why meron kaming team, the brotherhood of men and the fatherhood of God. Obligation kasi ng Mason, because of that equality, is to protect the oppressed. You see the connection with Rizal, what he experienced in the Philippines. So, it was Masonry that influenced Rizal to advance more, fight more for equality dito sa Pilipinas.
Ito pong Balay Hamoy is an ancestral house of the Hamoys. It was built in 1893. Original owner is Don Mariano Hamoy, the business partner, the schoolmate of Jose Rizal. Makikita po dito mga artifacts po na naiwan po ni Don Mariano and yung asawa niyang si Doña Pilar Sagario. And then there are also artifacts which are Rizals. There are three reasons why we opened this, we built this, and we shared it to the public. First is to relive 1893. So makikita mo yung bahay na to, this is how they lived before. And then the second reason is to humanize Dr. Jose Rizal. He walked our streets, nakapaghalubilo sa mga tao dito, kumain, tumawa, umiyak siya dito sa Dapitan, and he fell in love also in Dapitan. And the third reason is to celebrate the friendship, loyalty, and love of Don Mariano Hamoy and Jose Rizal. Even after Rizal's execution, nasubukan yung pagkakaibigan at yung loyalty and friendship ni Don Mariano. And he stood by Rizal's side, and then he became a friend even after death.
Isang malaking kadagdagan sa Dapitan City ang Balay Hamoy Museum. Bukod sa ito ang unang nabigyan ng Department of Tourism ng accreditation bilang isang museum sa buong Zamboanga Peninsula, ito rin ang unang LHCN member.
I think that in 1629, we were placed under the control of the Jesuit missionaries who had their diocese in Cebu. 2 years after, the Dapitan parish was organized. So when the church was formally organized in Dapitan in 1631, there were already several Catholic faithful in the community. From that time, the church continued to function as one until the term of the Jesuits was interrupted when they were expelled from the Philippines. They were replaced by the Recollects, who stayed here for more than 100 years. And then when the Jesuits came back in 1869, I think, 2 years after, in 1871, they constructed the present church that you see now, which has been subjected to several renovations as the years went by. It's a plywood ceiling, curved plywood, with several rectangles alternately painted white and pink. They form blocks. All these blocks meet and then spiral going up to a point which is marked JHS, which is a Jesuit symbol for Jesus. Meaning to say that wherever our origins are, we still meet in the middle and all of us go back to God. The plaza that you see now, I would like to emphasize, is not the plaza that was designed by Rizal. In the plaza designed by Rizal, there was a kiosco in the middle. It's functioned as a bandstand or a place where they would hold programs. And then, as described by the old people and by Father Miguel Bernard as well, the Jesuit, viewed from the top of the church, it would look like a star. How did this plaza disappear? When the Americans came, they were soldiers, because during the first 3 years of the American regime, we were under military occupation. They would march around. So they flattened the plaza that was made by Rizal. Father Sanchez, his favorite professor at Ateneo, was also sent here. When it came to civic duty, they discussed how to beautify the Dapitan. So they started by constructing the relief map. When he made the map, he used bamboo slats, placed it there. What were these for? These were longitude and latitude lines, so that there would be an exact proportion of Mindanao. According to several accounts, Rizal, Father Sanchez, and Carnicero, they were present when the map was constructed. They were helped by the other people who were the polistas, those who were obliged to render polo. So Rizal would trace the map of Mindanao, tell his students to follow me, to place these crushed shells so that you would know where the boundaries are. There are certain points that are elevated, because Rizal wanted the people to know not just how Mindanao was shaped, but also where the mountains, the level areas were. The Punto Disembarco, let's say, shows us the place where Rizal was exiled. And when Rizal arrived, it was not a schedule of the commercial boat. So nobody knew that a boat was coming in. That was 7 o'clock in the evening. So Rizal landed. He was escorted by 3 artillerymen, the captain of the ship. The same figures that you see there in the Punto Disembarco. Nobody knew that they were coming. Not even the governor who was staying in the province, or the Casarial. So they walked on a very dark road. According to Rizal, it was even full of amorsecos. And then Rizal was taken to the house of the governor.
Ang Anyano Adasa Ancestral House ang isa sa mga bahay na pamanang pumupukaw sa atensyon ng mga bumibisita sa Dapitan. Itinayo noong 1900 ni Don Anyano Cadavedo Adasa, isang impluwensyal at kilalang politiko. Ang bahay na ito ay gawa sa matitibay na punong kahoy. Tampok din dito ang volada, Isang nakausling balkonahe na pumapalibot sa timog kanluran at timog silangan ng bahay. At ang mga bintanang transom nito na hugis lira na mas nagbibigay ganda sa istruktura. Sa kasalukuyan, ang unang palapag ng Casa Adasa ang nagsisilbing tanggapan ng lokal na turismo ng lungsod na siyang pinamumunuan ni Ginang Apple Adasa Agolong, isa sa mga inapo ni Don Anyano Cadasa. Sa likod ng bawat ritual at simbolo, may kwento ng kapatiran at katalinuhan. Nagsimula noong 16 hanggang 17 siglo, ang masoneriya ay isang pandaigdigang samahan ng mga intelektual at may malayang kaisipan para sa kapatiran at pagtutulungan. May kani-kanyang pangasiwaan ang bawat kapatiran na tinatawag na Grand Lodge o Orients. Noong taong 1856, itinatag ng kapitang Espanyol na si Jose Malcampo Monje ang unang masoneriya sa Pilipinas na tinawag na Primera Luz Filipina sa ilalim ng proteksyon ng Gran Oriente Lusitano. Pinaniniwala ang itinatag ni Graciano Lopez Haina ang Logia Revolucion, ang unang masoneriyang Pilipino sa Barcelona, Espanya na sinusuportahan ng Grande Oriente Espanyol. Ang pagkakatatag ng Logia Revolucion ang naging daan para mabuo ang mga sumunod na masoneriyang Pilipino. Masoneriya, ang samahan ng mga intelektual, Sagisag Kultura ng Pilipinas.
Our talented Dapitanons showcase their talents in singing, instrument, and martial arts.
Sariling atin po talaga to. Sabi nga nila, ito yung ginawang panlaban ng mga mananakop sa atin dati.
We have this plan to have an Arnis Academy. If you will going to scrutinize peace and order programs ng LGU, meron yan, Arnis, sa mga tanods. Serbisyo bilis para sa mga bata ngayon. And it was launched just last year in August. When the summer clinic was finished, meron na kami na-produce na mga bata na arnisador.
Nag-originate yung team ko sa Manila, which is founded by all policemen. That's why tinawag siyang Parak Police Arnis Academia. Dati ang ginagawa namin, yung arnis, inaano namin as self-defense, okay, exercise. Pero dito po sa Dapitan, this is our way of paying tribute po sa ating national hero, which is Dr. Rizal, na nagturo din po ng arnis dito sa Dapitan for 4 years po.
Tangkilikin po natin ang sariling atin, ang ating martial arts, ang eskrima ug ang arnis. This is a national sport ng Pilipino, and this is what we believe to be the martial art of our first arnistador, Dr. Jose P. Rizal.
Mundo ay punan mo ng saya at gawing makulay. Isa lang ang ating lahi, isa lang ang ating lipi. Bakit di pagmamahal ang ialay mo? Pag-unawang tunay ang siyang nais ko. Ang pagdamay sa kapwa'y nandyan sa palad mo.
Nag-start ako sa theater company sa Teatro Dasaliman at paunti-unti ko pong nag-go deeper into writing films and directing. Yung major work na film namin is yung Ready, yung nagawa namin last July para sa Cine Norte Film Festival. So yung joy ng paggawa ng pelikula na natanggap namin is parang ano siya kahit di ka nagka-awards, yun na yung parang the best part yung maunawaan lang nila yung storya.
With me and my son, to tutor and to organize a group of young interested children in that barangay where we transferred during the COVID-19. We transferred to a better venue, which is Barangay Ilaya. We recruited more or less 35 members from among the elementary and high school learners of Ilaya Elementary School and Ilaya National High School. But because of their interest, we were able to develop their skills and we were able to encourage them to practice discipline and to practice every day so that they can master the rudiments of rondalia instrumentation. We envision of a community where music serves as a language which brings people together and enriches lives.
That Dapitan City is a premier destination of the South because Dapitan has everything for everyone, from historical sites to beautiful landscapes.
It is indeed that Dapitan is rich in culture and tradition, where we also value our heritage because our heritage is what makes us real Dapitanans. And our city is called a shrine city for a reason. That is why it is protected and well taken care of.
Dapitan may be a small city, but it is indeed a treasure. Dapit na sa Dapitan, Dapitan always inviting. At muli, ako ay si Alisa Adel Igia Dalampinas, Andrea Cuesta Person,
at ako naman si Mervic Grace B. Hatiko,
at ito ang Sagisag Kultura TV.
Ako si Mayor Bullet Halosos of Dapitan City. Mabuhay si Dr. P. Rizal. Mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Mabuhay ang Dapitan.
Bagaman ang pagkakatapon kay Rizal sa Dapitan ay inisip na parusa ng mga Espanyol, ginawa niya ang lahat ng kanyang makakaya upang mapagtagumpayan ang kanyang pangungulila at kalungkutan sa pamamagitan ng positibong pananaw sa buhay, pagsiserbisyo sa kapwa at pagiging malikhay.
Dahil dito ay napakaganda ng kanyang mga naiwang alaala at legasiya sa lungsod na magpahanggang ngayon ay buhay na buhay at mas pinagyayaman pa ng mga Dapitanon. Naway magsilbing paalala ang buhay ni Rizal sa Dapitan na gaano man kahirap ang ating hinaharap, lagi tayong dadalhin ng dakilang lumikha sa kung saan man tayo nararapat. Muli ako si Donna Cariaga.
At ako naman si Eli Silian.
Maraming salamat sa pagsama sa amin dito sa Sagisag Kultura TV.
Ako ay Pilipino, lahing matapang, lahing matalino, nalakbay ko ng mundo. Walang unos o bagyo sa aking gugupo, lahi ng matatag. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako ay mga Diyos. Ako ay Pilipino. Ako'y makatao, saan man makarating, sino mang makapiling. Aangat ang galing habang buhay, Filipino.
Ikot sandaang mga isla, magkakahiwalay ngunit nagkakaisa. Tahanan ng aming lahi, mga pook na aming ninimiti.
Puno ng kasaysayan, puno ng hiwaga, sa mga lugar na ito nakatanim ang ugat ng pagka-Pilipino. Ako ay Pilipino, ako'y makadiyos. Ako ay Pilipino, ako'y makatao, saan man makarating, sino mang makapiling. Aangat ang galing habang buhay, Pilipino. Kami ang lahing kayo manggi mula sa buhaw